Good evening, you guys. I want to come and bring you guys a review for Married to Medicine, Season 9, Episode 3. Basically, the ladies are back at it again. When I say back at it again, they got controversy. This time, Dr. Heavenly is at the center of it. She's at the center of it because the ladies have seen that YouTube channel. And I say the YouTube channel, I'm saying that basically the T. And when I tell you that channel, it's the T, it's the T. I basically am subscribed to Dr. Heavenly's YouTube channel, and baby, she actually gives you the T straight, no chaser. But we'll get back to that in a minute. Basically, we're to the point where we see Cecil and Simone are to the point where they are coming out with a couples book, helping people with their relationships. They enlist the help of Omarosa. She basically gives a backstory on how her Omarosa met. She also lets us know that people have over the years have given her the side eye for being friends with Omarosa, but she lets them know that Omarosa is a sweetheart. It's not to the point that Omarosa is a bad person. She says she didn't never judge Omarosa for the fact that she actually was a part of Trump's administration when he was in office. But yeah, I thought it was really, really cool that her and Cecil are deciding that they want to venture into the book world. She enlists the help of Omarosa. She says the main reason is because Omarosa has a bestseller. She had a book that actually sold a lot of copies, and most importantly, she's the best person for advice when it comes to this. I thought it was a good thing with Simone because you could tell like in previous seasons Simone is a go getter, and most importantly, she's all about women's empowerment. Which to the point we see Dr. Jack in her element. Dr. Jack is an OBGYN, so she's based to the point where she is seeing patients like she normally does. She has one patient that has an issue with the baby, basically where the core is not, in other words, the way she described it in medical terms, is not in the normal position that it's supposed to be when actually you have, in other words, a normal baby would be to the point where the umbilical cord is connected to the baby. Therefore, that's how the baby gets nutrients from the mom. So I'm thinking this umbilical cord to the point where it's not in the state where it should be. That's the in other words, that's what I got from her explanation. I basically love to see Dr. Jack in her element because at the end of the day, it shows that not only is she a woman of color, but most importantly, she is about her business and she really cares about her clients. You can really tell. It's not one of those things where she in and out and they're just another number. She really sits down and speaks to them. She basically was telling this particular client that she needed to, be vocal with whoever was delivering her baby. She needed to not be silent, and most importantly, she needs to let them know if something goes awry. She basically does the normal procedure where she basically checks the baby, make sure everything is okay. Then she made the slide comment. She tells the lady that when she goes off maternity leave, she can come work for her. You can tell by the lady being in scrubs that she is in the medical field as well. But I thought it was a really, really cute gesture. I thought it was really, really cute and funny. But yeah, you guys, we're also to the point where we see a new person that's coming in by the name of Nyla. Her husband is a medical doctor as well. A lot of people giving her a lot of backlash because at the end of the day, they looking at the fact that she basically, in their mind, she replaced Mariah. A lot of people, if you're a day one vet and you've been watching Married to Medicine from day one, like me, you know who Mariah is. Mariah was basically on there, and she really was start out as friend with Quad. Her and Quad fell out, and that's basically where everything went awry, and she started going back and forth with Dr. Heavenly. But Quad left. They was not Quad. Mariah left, and they're trying to say the reason why she left is because the people was doing the most with her and basically trying to out her for some of the things that she was saying. But my belief on it was that true enough they did say some things about Mariah, but what you will not be able to say about Mariah is that Mariah don't hold her own. She's not finna let you go toe to toe with her, and she gonna have the last word on everything. And it's just the fact that you know how she presented herself and most important things that she did and said. Now I personally kind of miss Mariah being on there because she brings that little it factor that nobody else can bring. But Miss Quad is to the point where she shows up front and center. Miss Quad is to the point she's taking on the role of taking on, being stepmom to her nephew. And she was telling us how the nephew all is really up under her. He wants to, be on her 24/7. He wants to know where she's at, and most importantly, he wants to sleep in bed with her. I think it's one of those things where Toya could relate. So that's basically how they were speaking and talking. They could relate on that level. Consider that Toya is a mom. She has two kids. But right now, the kids are not to the point where they at that age anymore. Toya's kids are school age kids now. Toya is to the point she has to sit down with Eugene, and Eugene basically telling her about what's going on at the job, typical things that they talk about, but he was talking about basic stuff that happened like when during the pandemic, how he was really, really afraid of catching the virus himself, and he was in the midst, he's supposed to be Superman per se, and make sure that his clients are taken care of. When he said that, I kind of felt that, not saying on the medical side, but being human, it lets you know he's human at at, at any rate. He has feelings. Most doctors, they come in, they talk, they speak or whatever, but you don't really hear them talk to you on a human level. In other words, let you know they got real feelings and that they are human beings at the end of the day. A lot of people give Miss Toya flack for the fact that Eugene is basically making her a kept woman. At the end of the day, when if you've been knowing Toya from day one, that's what Toya's been doing. She's been a house mom. She's been a housewife from day one, and she's a well kept housewife. You say what you want to say, feel how you want to feel. Eugene is taking care of Miss Toya. Miss Toya ain't one for nothing. She basically went on the self care type of thing where she went and I think she went I want to say Costa Rica, and she had her own personal chef. The way we know that is that Miss Contessa basically told us that when she came over to her house, and she basically said it. She said she knows nothing wrong with self care, but Miss Toya is teen self care every day. I thought it was really, really funny. I thought it was a little jab at the fact that Toya is kept and Toya ain't trying to get no job. I don't even think it's one of those issues where Eugene look at it that whether or not she working or not. I think he's one of the things where he want to make his wife comfortable. Now I'm to the point where there's nothing wrong with that, but the issue I have is that it's like a lot of times Toya kind of take it and run with it because she have as I say have him on these little harebrained screens harebrained schemes. Sorry, I couldn't get it out. Jump from house to house. Now, if you're not familiar with the backstory, the last house they moved in what was supposed to be their dream home. They basically moved in. Next thing you know, they were selling it. Now the streets are saying that they actually got what they were supposed to get and some more out of the house. So now they're in another house, which is a rental. And I'm thinking that the reason why they're in the rental, they're building another house. The only thing I have issue with Toya, Miss Toya will get a house, but she won't stay too long. I'm thinking myself maybe she'll eventually put some roots down and stay. Because at the end of the day, all that moving got to be a toll on her, they pocketbook, and most important on the kids. But it is what it is. Miss Toya gonna do what she want to do. Because at the end of the day, I feel like Toya's trying to keep up with the Joneses, as they say. But it is what it is. If you're trying to keep up with this image, it can be tiresome, and most importantly, it can be a financial burden. Also, which to the point, they was asking Miss Quad whether or not she was dating. She got kind of quiet when they asked, and she started reminiscing about the fact that her and Doctor her last husband, how they ended, and the fact that he was actually cheating. If you're not familiar, Quad was married when she first got on the show. Her and her husband had a divorce, and right now it's to the point where they are divorced legally, and he has moved on. Per his Instagram, I have had a chance to look at that. He does have a new lady. I don't know whether Miss Quad is dating. I'm not sure, but it ain't to the point. I don't think that she got a problem with. In other words, I don't think she got a problem with finding nobody. But it ain't the point where she put him on the show or nothing like that. But yeah, Miss Quad is giving me Marlo vibes. If you're not familiar with Marlo, she's from Real Housewives of Atlanta. She just the way that her aura and what the things that she gives off. In other words, she wants you to know she's that girl and she ain't taking no mess. But I love me. I like Quad. I like her character, especially how she's grown, considering that she's no longer married to him. She did go through a rough patch, but she put a big girl panties on and she came back better and strong. And I think at the end of the day, that should be commended because it takes a lot to go through a divorce, and most important, to go through a divorce via reality show. In other words, all your business out on Front Street for people to pay for nitpick and basically say what they got to say, and it is what it is. Now, quiet as kept, they're saying that Contessa and her husband are on a little rough patch. I don't know how it was in truth to that. I don't know. But basically, Miss Contessa concocted this little scheme where she basically gonna get everybody over to the house. She's gonna pretend like they actually are looking at movies and having girl night. Hence, they're really having an intervention for everybody to basically let Miss Dr. Heavenly have it about this YouTube channel, the fact that she's spilling tea about everybody. It was a cute little gesture, but I didn't think that it was really gonna end well at the end of the day. Anytime you do an intervention on somebody, most time it go left. Basically everything went according to plan. When everybody came to the door and rung the doorbell, she was basically telling them to put their phones in the container some people were hesitant, especially on Dr. Jackie to the point she walked out with her phone. So they had to run behind her and tell her what it was. They was like, if you put it in there, we're gonna tell you later why. Also to the point Miss Quad almost walked out too. I was saying to myself, they let you know they don't play about their little phones. It is what it is. So eventually they was able to talk them down. They came back. They had a couple of drinks, and Miss Quad made this reference that she gonna have her some. No, not Quad, Toya. That she gonna have her some Crown and some Coke. If you know about that, that is a drink that Dr. Heavily drinks. And when she drink it, she really get loud, and most importantly, she really started talking about the women. But next thing you know, in order for the elephant in the room arrived, Dr. Heavenly, she finally came and rang the doorbell. Everybody was already seated in the theater at Dr. Catella's house by then. By the time she walks in, everybody gives her a little smirk, looking like, okay, he is what it is. But the truth of the matter was, they didn't really know why they was there until Dr. Catessa hit the button on the remote. And on the big screen, instead of a movie, we see not Dr. Heavenly in rare form on her channel talking about these ladies. But the thing about it is, you would think that it would have been, one of the things where she would have been looking crazy or whatever. But instead of doing that in true fashion, Dr. Heavenly started laughing. And when she started laughing, it was a mess. I said to myself, not only did she laughed with a smirk like she was saying, yeah, I said it, what y'all gonna do about it? I thought that was hilarious, even though it was to the point where it was an intervention, but Dr. Heavenly wasn't going to let these women win, and most importantly, she was not going to fold. They already know by now when it comes to Dr. Heavenly, she going to speak her mind, and most importantly, she ain't going to let you win. It is what it is. I've seen Dr. Heavenly go toe to toe with these women in the past, and most time they be trying to come for her, but they can't. I personally like her channel, YouTube channel. I watched it because at the end of the day, she really come on there and give you the real tea and raw. I liked how she was talking about Martell when he was going through his divorce with Melanie, and she basically had him on there as a guest, and she told him about herself. And I said, yeah, I like her. Cause at the end of the day, she was not biting her tongue. She didn't let him, like a lot of people that had him on his show, they basically were trying to let him talk, let him look like, he was the victim. No, she wouldn't let him play victim. She basically gonna make him own his mess. But at the end of the day, these people got to understand she got a YouTube channel, true enough, but you can't really be mad at a person or ambush a person about something that they say on their channel. Now, if you feel a way about what they say, you need to come to them as a woman, as they say, and tell them how you feel. But you could tell Miss Quad was the main person that was bothered by it, because basically on the channel when they said it, she was talking about how she was trying to figure out whether or not Miss Quad, how she is post her divorce. And I guess Miss Quad was still feeling a little antsy about this, even though she been, divorced for a couple of years. It's just the fact maybe that she brought it up and said it and how she said it. But baby, when she was getting on, she was talking about it. She was talking about how Toya don't got no job, and baby Toya roll her eyes so bad, I just hollered. I said to myself, y'all already know how Heavenly is. Y'all been in a group with this woman. Y'all been on this show with her for some years. So it ain't like y'all just met this woman. Y'all don't know how she roll. But I think it wasn't the fact that they didn't know how she rolled. It's just the fact they didn't think she was gonna have the audacity to get up there and basically address their dirty laundry. They wasn't ready for that. But at the end of the day, they gotta understand Dr. Heavenly is giving to you straight, no chaser. If you ain't ready for it, you need to get ready for it. You feel what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, she gonna tell you what you want to know and how she feel. She don't care how you feel about it. I personally like Dr. Heavenly because at the end of the day, she is real, she raw, and she gonna tell you what it is. And I also like the fact that she be really spilling the tea about these women. She be spilling the tea about them like they just, regular homegirls. But at the end of the day, you gotta realize they her castmates. When you look at her channel, you be thinking these people that she just friends with, associates with or whatever. But these are people that she really, really is on the show with. And that's really what cracks me up sometimes. Because at the end of the day, Dr. Heavenly is gonna give you a good show on her channel. It's gonna be a good time. Like I told y'all guys, when she dragged Martell in his face, I said, "Yeah, I can deal with her. I like her. She is not finna bag down. She ain't finna tell you nothing that gonna make you feel good. She gonna tell you how you feel, how she feel about you, and if you don't like it, that's just on you." But when she started laughing at the fact these women was mad, that's really what made me get the hollering and crackling. I was like, look at this shit, him. How in the hell is you gonna sit up there and be the center of attention, you the intervention, but you sit up there cracking and laughing at these women? Basically, in my mind, it felt like she was laughing at their pain, and she looking around like, why y'all ain't laughing? Why y'all taking it so serious? But they was big mad. You could see it on their faces. They was not here for the mess that Heavenly had stirred. I think the only person she really didn't say nothing about was Dr. Simone. She really don't have much to say about Dr. Jack because low key her and Dr. Jackie they kind of cool. And plus, she already know how Dr. Jackie is. Dr. Jackie gonna don't mind pulling her to the side, but she gonna do it nice, nasty. That's what I like about Dr. Jackie. She professional, and when she reads you, she gonna read you the same way. She ain't gonna get all in your face, putting a finger in your face, doing a neck roll. No, but when she done speaking to you, you gonna already know that what she said, what you said about her, she did not like it. Also, went to the point we didn't really say a whole lot about Dr. Jack and her husband because normally he be on there, but I don't know. I think everything is okay and everything cool for their marriage. But Dr. Contessa and her husband, I think it's on the little fence about them. I think it's one of the things where Contessa be bringing issues she have in her marriage. She kind of bring it out when it comes to the women because when Dr. Heavenly went out into the ran out of the thing and ran out, she ran up and started talking to Dr. Contessa, and next thing you know, Dr. Heavenly was trying to embrace and trying to, hug it out, as they say with Dr. Contessa, but she wasn't feeling it. She was basically taking her, pushing her, and I was saying to myself, she got some other issues outside of this uh intervention. When I say outside of the intervention, in other words, stuff that's going on with her personally, she taking it out on the fact that she brought this intervention. Because at the end of the day, nothing was well, I ain't gonna say discuss because at the end of the day, nobody got a chance to say nothing. The video said everything it need to be said, but it's just the look on their faces and expression on Dr. Heavenly's face. I thought she was really gonna run out and be like, "Why y'all do this?" Nope, she just sat back and laughed at them and just smirked. I said, "Man, Dr. Heavenly don't. She give no fucks, period, about how they feel, and it is what it is." But I thought this episode was really, really nice. Now the new lady that's on the roster, a lot of people ain't giving her, they ain't feeling her. In other words, she's a Drew of this show. You don't know who Drew is. Drew is the actual cast member that's on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. They kind of say that Drew be kind of boring. Now this particular lady, she all right, but it's just her storyline. I don't know. She basically, you could tell she a kept housewife because her storyline, she would start off talking about her housekeeper and how the housekeeper had been there with her for 5 years and basically have raised her kids. And now that all of a sudden the housekeeper needs to leave and go back and be with her own kids. So it kind of, in other words, it got to be if she's in a rut where she got to really start, doing and being a mom to her own kids, and not having help from a nanny. But it is what it is. We'll see what Miss Anila gonna give us. I don't think she gonna give us no kind of variety, so we got to, see what it is. But I appreciate everybody actually is listening to the reviews. I hope you guys are enjoying the reviews as much as I am enjoying bringing them to you guys. I was waiting on Married to Medicine to come out because at the end of the day, I get my life when I watch them because these women they be real and raw with it. It is what it is. Especially with the considering that they did this intervention on Miss Heavenly. They thought it was an intervention, but they got, in other words, she intervened on them. I thought that was freaking hilarious that she laughed at all and basically wasn't laughing at all. She was laughing at them, even though she had read them for filth on her channel. But yeah, you guys, I will be bringing you guys more reviews on Married to Medicine. I hope you guys are enjoying the previous reviews. I hope you guys are going to check out the other videos that I have up. Go in if you're new there, like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.
I don't. I don't. I don't need it. Are you here?